Hey YouTube, time for a less rushed video of this. Although I did rush it, it still managed to be 12 minutes. And I apologise for the adverts. I didn't realise it was putting adverts in the middle. That's really annoying. So I'm going to change that option. I did change it, but it must have not saved properly when I set it up. So now, last night I moved the bridge. So now it's intoned, this guitar, and what a difference that's made. Just, whether it's made it, well, it seems to have made it play better. I've lowered the action a bit as well and set it up a wee bit better. I think it's more one of those things that sits in your head. Once you know that it's not quite right, you can't get round the fact that in your head it's always got that it's not quite right, even if it maybe wasn't as noticeable as I thought it was. So now it's working okay. I watched, the reason I know it was adverts because I watched the video to see what I talked about. I didn't tell you where I got this. I got this in Victor Morris, or more accurately the guitar shop, which was owned by Victor Morris, which was like 2 doors along on Argyle Street in Glasgow. Pre-internet days, that's where I used to go for guitars. And I've bitched about this guy before, but the guy who ran it, specky guy, Babylon 5 t-shirt, what a dick. And they had a bargain, used to have a bargain bucket. I think it was around just after Christmas time. That used to sit at the door, literally a box that just had guitars sitting upright in it, and they were all really cheap and broken. And this, I saw this in there, and I think it was 30 quid, or maybe 20 quid. I said it was just the neck, frets all knackered, and the body. And I was trying to buy it off the guy, and the guy was such a dick I had to walk out again. So many guitars I've not bought off them because of that guy who worked in there. It really goes down to, you know, the attitude. I don't mean he was like snobby or anything. He was just an absolute dick. So on my way home, I dropped in at my pal Jim's house, and I was just going, man, I really bought a guitar today. It was pretty cool, man, but I just couldn't bear to give this guy any money because he's such a dick. And he went in and bought it for me. Well, didn't tell me. Like when I went and see him the next week, he's like, "I've got a present for you," and he'd gone in and bought it. So, cheers, Jim. Thanks. So now I've adjusted the bridge. It's a wee bit ugly. It wasn't actually that easy to angle grind to Dremel out this piece of metal to move the posts back. So if you look in there, it's a little bit grotty looking, but now it's intoned. So I'm just going to have a wee jamboree with it. This guitar is an awful lot better than I thought it was. The neck on it's really thin. It's a very stratty neck, but it seems quite it's hard to describe. It's very much a shredder neck. I think that's probably a Kramer thing, because I'd imagine Kramer probably gave them the spec to what it was going to be. So it's very much your sort of, you know, player's neck. One thing I did notice, it's got a really thin rosewood fingerboard. I don't know if I've ever seen quite one quite as thin as that. It's so thin that, see the wee fret marker dots, there's not even enough room for them, so they're sort of half on the maple and half on the rosewood. It looks like a really high grade rosewood, so I wonder if maybe that's why they did it. You know, it was like or just to keep, you know, keep it the neck thinner, or maybe if you use you get twice as many fingerboards out of the same piece of wood if you use half as much, so they could use a higher grade. Don't know, but it seems pretty good. I should also mention a couple of months ago, I sold my pal Alan actually, I had a Kramer Striker, which very much looked very much similar to this, but it was the Korean one, and there was quite a jump in quality between this and the Striker. The Striker had a really nice neck on it, not quite as nice as this, but it was a good neck. But I think the body was plywood, and it was just generally all about cheaper. I can't really talk about the hardware because it's never had any when I got it, so I've put my own hardware in it. These supposedly Yamaha pickups I'm absolutely loving. I think they're brilliant. I'm so pleased to decide to do that. I mean, I've had these for like a couple of years, but I've actually got a box of pickups, and I've got lots of quite good ones in there, and there's no point in me having them in the box. I might as well put them in a guitar anyway, so at least I can use them, and then if I ever find, you know, a better place for them, I can easily take them out. You know, I've got a few pickups, and there's one, by the time I get round to my Chinese Telecaster, I bought a Bill Lawrence pickup, Telecaster bridge pickup, which I've never used, and there's no point in having it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in the Chinese one and see what it sounds like. So at least I can get to enjoy it. I'm also probably going to do a bit of a demo of the Zoom 504 acoustic pedal thing. I've got it. I'm using it just now just purely because it's it's bypassed. It doesn't sound as good, I don't think, as just having just having the guitar plugged straight into the bass amp for the acoustic stuff. It's more of a, it's like a half and half pedal. It's got like 4 banks in it, A, B, C, and D, and A, B, and C are for like an effects pedal for an acoustic guitar. So it's like, you know, you stick an electroacoustic into it and it puts chorus and, you know, gives you different effects. And then bank D is an acoustic simulator, so you can stick an electric guitar in and it supposedly makes it sound like an acoustic. I've not actually tried any of those things. I just had a wee flick through it and it was like, I kind of like it just to sound like an acoustic. Tons of reverb and stuff's not really my thing. So I'm going to stick a wee, as soon as I've got a bit more time, and hopefully I'll set this so that it doesn't have adverts in it. I might have a banner thing down there. Well, I'm going to leave the banner thing on that sits along the bottom because that's easy to flick through, and I'll probably have the skippable ad at the start, but the non-skippable ads and the ads during it are out the window. Not doing that anymore. So it's now in tuned. A little bit. Let the awareness. quieter on the thin 2 strings. On the acoustic mode, maybe not. I think it's maybe just the amp is because it's a bass amp. It's not really meant to do high frequencies. I should really have it plugged into a PA. So it seems alright on there. I'm actually finding this very similar to that Casio MIDI guitar. Just the whole thing about having the 2 amps set up and actually having like a volume control and the 2 volume controls. It's kind of the same sort of thing, apart from on the MIDI, obviously. This volume control controls the MIDI, the keyboard, and coming out that speaker, and then this is the electric guitar. Kind of sort of, it's a similar way of playing a little bit. I meant to say my new way of coil splitting, which I've definitely decided is the best way to do it. Rather than listening to the outside 2 coils, which does give you a bit of a problem because often that means it's not hum cancelling the middle position. I now listen to the inside of the bridge pickup because this one's just too trebly, and I listen to the neck of the neck pickup because it's the bassiest. So you get kind of a really nice sound. I've not actually been using the humbucker sound very much jamming in this guitar. For me, because it's a Strat, it kind of seems right that it's got the single coils, and they do seem to sound really good. I mean, I've maybe got the action a little bit low down this end. But in saying that, this guitar has been sitting in bits for years. So as I always say with these things, the more you play a guitar, once it's been sitting for ages or once you've built it, it starts to vibrate and get used to being a guitar and the strings stretch and everything just settles down to being in tune and a guitar. So it just seems to be getting better and better the more I play it. Partly, again, down to me just getting more used to playing this particular guitar as well. But I'm really digging the single coil sounds, and this are fantastic. Maybe not with that particular distortion sound. But clean. Is that not a fantastic sound? Definitely middle position's the way to go. Mix a bit of acoustic in. Yeah, so cheers for watching. Hopefully I've sorted out that problem with the adverts there, and they're not as predominant in this particular one if you manage to get this far into the video. I think I'll do what I'll do once I've stopped this, I'll do a wee video of that Zoom acoustic pedal, because this is probably one of the best ways of demonstrating the acoustic pedal, because if you actually stuck a you know, like with a solid body guitar with a piezo pickup rather than actually using an acoustic, because if I use an acoustic you're going to hear the sound coming off the guitar. You end up having to have the amp up really loud just so you can hear what the effect's doing, whereas this is, well, when I turn it down, there's very little sound coming off the actual fretboard, as opposed to, you know, if this was an acoustic. Does that make any sense at all, or am I just gibbering? Anyway, rock on! 20 minutes of nonsense.